All right, so I want to talk about warranty parts. And this is a big deal for us because, generally we've been a small company and we can't handle like a high percentage of warranties. I mean, it's not going to work. So if we have a warranty issue, we got to take care of that nonsense so it doesn't continue, and we do for the most part. I mean, some things, I'll talk about we couldn't do, but we do eventually. So anyway, so I'm gonna rag on Sturmey Archer again today. Sturmey Archer has these 8-speed hubs that are just trash. I literally got a container of them that were just trash. Um, they were all failing upon delivery. It was just, I couldn't believe it. It was, if you want something to hold your company from growing, that would do it. That would do it. That would definitely do it. So yeah, customers were unhappy. I ended up liquidating them for cheap. It was just horrible, honestly. Um, it turns out they later came out with a new improved W version of their 8-speed hub, and they were trash too. Like they all were just horrible. And they discontinued all that stuff eventually because it was just horrible. And so do not support Sturmey Archer or Sunrace. It's the same company. It's like they don't warranty anything, as I talked about in a different video. They literally don't warranty anything. And they'll give you the same story. Oh, we've never had one of those before. Oh, we don't have any in America. Oh, it's gonna, I need receipts. I need whatever they can harass you with, they'll harass you. You'll never get your stuff. I mean, if you get it, you'll get it in 6 months if you're lucky. It's like crazy. So do not support nonsense like that. So that's been, personally the worst thing I've ever dealt with, warranty wise, is dealing with Sturmey Archer Sunrace. But we did have more problems than those hubs. I mean, at the very beginning, it's funny, we had these rear reflectors, and the placement of the rear reflector was really smooth. It was just above the rear derailleur and the back bottom of the bike, really stylish. I mean, I have to admit, it was a very cool location. I loved it. I mean, it was smooth in every way, However, they broke in shipping all the time. It's like, so I still to this day have like this box of reflectors I've purchased from QBP Quality Bicycle Products. You just have like, I have more reflectors than you're anybody's supposed to have because we had so many of them great shipping. And so the reflectors now are essentially on the seat post because they don't break. And that's a problem. Yeah, so we took care of that nonsense. And it's sad because, talking about it now, I'd actually like to put it back where it was. It was so smooth. I mean, the lines were so perfect. But yeah, I'm probably not going to do that. We'll see what happens. Folding pedals. Yeah, folding pedals have always been an issue. At least the aluminum ones. The resin ones, they're generally low end. They're kind of crappy. They last actually pretty good and whatever. The aluminum pedals, I'm not sure why, but when sand or gunk or junk get into the bearings, they blow up real fast. And this has been going on for way over a decade, like probably 15 years. But yeah, the aluminum pedals are really nice pedals overall. Pedals are great, platforms are great, but the bearings blow up with higher probability. And so what do? Well, we got bigger bearings in the last few years. We actually have really, really nice, bigger pedals with bigger bearings. It's hard to get the big bearings on folding pedals because of folding action. The pedals we have now are actually several orders of magnitude better than the ones we used to use. They're not perfect. They're never going to be perfect because of fold. But they are a lot better and they are improving. And so hopefully eventually we'll get that down to a zero, fault rate, from where it is today. It's a low fault rate now, but zero's ideal. Yeah, we're down to zero with Sturmey Archer hubs because we don't have any. I think we're at zero with the reflectors. Yeah, it might not be, but it's roughly zero. I don't remember any, so folding pedal stall. Saddles. So what's the deal with saddles? Yeah, well, it turns out that, when they punch, use a staple gun, but it's not like a regular staple gun. It's like commercial grade staple gun for cardboard. They sometimes either punch these staples through the saddle and rip the saddles. Kind of stinks. Very, honestly, it's a small percentage issue. It's really a very minor thing, but it's something that's happened, and it continues to happen. I actually had somebody like 2 months ago tell me about that, but he's the first one, I would say, in a couple of years that from my recollection. So we made some changes to make sure that's not as frequent of an issue. If boxes are open to put stuff in, we remove the staples. You know what I mean? So there's no staples. And we had the factory move where they place the saddle to make sure that they're not going to cut through it. It happens. I mean, exceptional situations are always going to happen in this world. It's normal. But what you can do is just try to minimize, the risk. Other than these four, it's really, really a tough road to hoe as far as, warranty issue. We don't have too much. I remember one gentleman had a wheel that wasn't right. For me at the time, it was cool because it took like 10 years to get a defective wheel, warranty. I'm like, okay, I had somebody, said they had a defective bottom bracket. We just sent them one out. It's no big deal. But I honestly can say that I don't believe I've sent out more than 2 bottom brackets in 20 years, That's my opinion. Yeah, I mean, cranks, generally almost nothing else fails, okay? It becomes a very low probability event for the other parts on a bike to fail. But those are the 4 that we had the most issues with over the years. And, the pedals are probably going to continue. The saddles, I think they're kind of gone. Rear reflectors are pretty much gone, and the hubs are definitely gone. And the hubs are not coming back. I don't think Stormy Archer can handle any more of that nonsense. They're such a bad company. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it.